What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Ice Age AI only battle with the reduced sea levels is the best way to describe it. We haven't covered the map in ice. That would probably not be that interesting, actually. But we have, that's the scenario as to why the sea is so much smaller. And obviously all these new strips of land and stuff are connected. It's led to some pretty crazy scenarios. The Celts conquering Western Europe, certainly probably the most beneficial of that. Obviously the Mediterranean's been a complete mess too, but I would definitely say this has been the biggest change maybe. I don't think anywhere else has had a huge change. It's definitely changed how things play out compared to normal, but nowhere's massively as affected as that. But there we go, Austria and Rome fighting it out here in northern Italy. I don't even know where this tile would normally be. I think it would actually be on the other side of the water, maybe not. I don't have that. Yeah, I feel like this would be on the other side of maybe not. I can never tell. I feel like maybe this is the edge of Italy, maybe not. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. It is hard to tell, so we won't try and guess anything perfectly. But there's plenty going on this map. Like what, George? Like what? What have we got going on? Let's have a little look. North America is pretty quiet, apart from there is a big siege against... No, not really a siege, but Texas is sort of surrounded and up against everyone, but they're holding off. They're doing fine for now. We'll keep an eye on what they get up to. The Aztecs, I think they attacked someone last time, but it doesn't look like... they definitely conquered this pretty recently, so maybe not. The Inca, not sure what they're up to. We'll keep an eye on this. Brazil and Corral doing their own things. That is fine. The Zulu looking absolutely huge and failing against the Congo so far, but we'll see what they do going forwards. Oh, it does not want to load up here. What do we got? The Congo do look pretty big, to be honest. For someone with fairly few cities, it just feels like they're very spaced out and doing very well here. Mali actually looking fairly good, to be honest. 4 cities. I didn't realize they'd actually look a lot better like that. Morocco, obviously with their weird Portugal borders, they've also benefited from the connection. Texas and the Iroquois have now peaced out, so that is the end of that. They are safe for now. Portugal, a couple of cities, but it's not looking great. Carthage with the weirdest borders I've ever seen around this lake. We'll see how that plays out. We saw the Celts. Denmark obviously have made a bit of a comeback, as of Austria. Well, not really a comeback, but they're both doing good, which is exciting because we don't usually use them too much. Russia is... Oh yeah, everyone's at war with the Huns, aren't they? The Ottomans leading the charge. But yeah, all of these guys are like at war with each other. It's a complete mess. But I think it'll probably be... I don't know, the Ottomans could keep going, but I think we might see it stale out a little bit. Okay, India still the same. I think out here is pretty quiet at the moment. Yeah, these guys are all just chill. China have also been doing quite well down here. Siam have been blowing their probably best chance ever to win one of these games. China with another settler down here towards Australia. We'll keep an eye on that. Australia, a little bit less settling. Someone did mention it's probably because I removed a lot of fish tiles, and that would make a lot of sense. But I feel like eventually they will fill it all up regardless. I mean, there's still food here. I know the fish is useful. Of course it is. I think it's... It's 2 food, and I assume a fishing boat takes it to 3. So, but these are still all 2 food tiles. It's not like it's a disaster. It's better than coast tiles for the most part. So yeah, but I do understand that the lack of fish may reduce the temptation to settle on the coast super early. But I'm sure by the end they'll fill it up. They usually do at this difficulty. They have that mid-game sort of stage where they just all start spamming out the settlers. We're probably not too far from that. There's still some very big, wide open areas. I mean, the centre of Spain has just been left completely open. Obviously, we saw the West African coast. There's parts of the Arabian Peninsula that would normally get settled. Parts of these islands, which again, I guess there's no resources. But, you can get some big cities out here. Happiness is not as big of an issue for the civs on this difficulty, on this map. So, I'm sure we'll see them get going. And also, there's still resources on Hawaii. That's a very big island for somebody to take. Plus the space out here. India did just grab a city. Oh, that's a nice little canal city. I mean, not super useful, but it is almost the only way through. Assuming Australia will eventually block this off and maybe block it off to the south. But even then, that's a heck of a shortcut, right? Obviously, China's in the way too. You'd have to take that, but I'm sure these guys will be fighting each other at some point. China also grabbed their city towards Australia. What's going on? Portugal, Shoshone, Morocco. Shoshone going to take forever. Zulu. Don't really know where to look. Japan. There's nowhere under siege. We just did a whole tour of the map, and there's not a single city really being sieged out. I mean, this one is low, but that is it. Like every other city. Again, this one is low, but I'm sure the Ottomans will hold it. So we're in a bit of a quiet period. Mali versus Morocco. These two have huge militaries, particularly Morocco. Look at that. That's going to be... Mali are very brave. I mean, this is a ton of units. Obviously, Mali are feeling it. I mean, they only have to get Marrakesh, I guess. That is like... maybe makes it a bit easier. You know, they don't have to worry about all the other cities behind. They're just focusing on the capital that's pretty close to where they are. So that might not be the worst strategy for them. Maybe this could work out for Mali. Inca looking very nice and bright on the mini-map. So have they... okay, I don't think they're attacking the Aztecs just because of how they've moved. But I don't know what they're up to. Just walking around. Iroquois with 2 settlers towards the new Caribbean, whatever shape this is. This one's actually seems to have gone past it, so I don't know where you're going. I guess there's still parts of the coastline up here in South America available. So yeah, I mean, go there if you want, I guess. There's Attila, he's always had this stuff. Well, not always, but he obviously, yeah, he had it last episode. I thought it might have been new from the mini-map, but no, that is not the case. China still with plenty of units. They were looking pretty good, if I remember correctly, from the info addicts 15 turns ago now, which is obviously like an extra 15% of the game from where we were when we did it, so probably quite a lot has changed since then, but they seem to be doing okay for themselves. Korea seems to have open borders and be heading somewhere. Not really sure where exactly, but they're obviously on the move. And the Jar are still around as well. And their capital is at 25 pop. Okay, China's at 23, so that's not as big a surprise. Never mind. But still, that means you can't really count them out just because they're a little bit smaller. Corral, Congo, Texas. There isn't much. I'm sorry if this is like a bit of a weird filler episode. There's just no real sieges going on. I can't really follow too much around. These AI, pretty calm. They're all pretty good. I felt there's a lot of medium to good level civs here, which makes it kind of difficult to focus on somewhere. I feel like Rome could be the next city to go if Austria, but the problem is it's such a narrow space to get to the city, but I feel like Austria will eventually get Rome. That would make a lot of sense as well, although it's still going to be very difficult. They're sort of just surrounded by civs. There's no natural protection. Some of the civs have water, some have mountains. Austria don't really have anything, so it's going to be difficult for them and any civ in their kind of position to win this game. But you never know. The same goes, I mean, like Denmark at least has the top of the map they don't have to worry about. But Austria has Denmark to their north, so not so great for them. But yeah, Denmark are looking pretty good as well. Wouldn't count them out in Europe. The Celts have been doing great, and it looks like they're heading somewhere. I would definitely assume they're not at war with Austria, with where they are, but I'm not sure exactly where they're going. Probably Greece or something dumb that they really don't need to be doing. But there we go. Right, so far Mali's made a little bit of ground and has done some damage, but I don't want to open the info addicts mid-video, because sadly it does crash normally when I tend to do that. But I have a feeling Morocco surely has more units. Like, are my eyes deceiving me? I don't know. It feels like Morocco certainly have the upper hand in this one. Bit of an advantage, but whatever. We'll let them off if they're feeling a bit brave, Mali. The Iroquois completing a wonder. What is this? The Red Fort? Yes, there we go. Okay, Texas is still fighting the Shoshone and the Aztec. Oh, and the Iroquois v. the Sioux. This is getting very confusing. They're all sort of trying to squeeze through the same spaces in opposite directions. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. I think the Sioux will be okay, just because it's one tile to squeeze through. I won't give too much hope that the Iroquois can pull that off as good as they've been so far. And the Shoshone, probably not going to get at Texas. Like, they could, but I don't think it will. It's going to take a while. They have to drain a lot of their units down, really wear them down if they want to be successful with this. But we'll see. Maybe it's possible. Did I just miss the city fall? I feel like I saw one. I don't know. Did I? My mind playing tricks on me? We just scan over the map. There wasn't really any in the red that it could have been. I guess Rome could have recovered theirs, but they didn't. The Ottomans could have lost this, but they didn't. So yeah, I don't really know where that was. Congo is still holding off just fine. Oh, although the Garamantes actually may grab this city off the Congo, and that would not be good. I mean, they've done a good job holding off the Zulu with not many units so far, but yeah, losing this would not be ideal, and that would certainly weaken them because they have so much territory. If they can get through this war with the Zulu, then even if they're not, the Zulu are big and scary. The Congo are going to be big and scary as well. Basically, they're both doing pretty well. So it would be interesting to see. And obviously, we don't really want to see the Zulu just sweep through the Congo because then it gets a little uninteresting. Down here, they did a great job dispatching of Rhodesia though, so it's good to see Zulu finally having a nice game. It's been a while, so I do like that. Is this... Okay, this is in front of the mountain wall. It's all safe. I thought someone had broken through, but we're all good. Okay, so the Celts... No, I really don't know. Okay, now they're going more this way. Before they were coming like down here, now they're going across. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm pretty sure it's not attacking Austria, so that is at least something. Also, I'm pretty sure Denmark is not at war with Austria. This unit, I assume, took damage from Russia, who they are at war with. Congo and Garamantes, how have you thumbled it? You were right there, but they've pieced out. That is the end of that. So there you go, the Congo. If they can hold on to this land, this would be so good for them. And if the Zulu keeps spreading, attacking both cities at once, there's a chance. Also, that peace deal means you can bring all these other units down here, feel a little bit safer. Maybe there's some hope. The Shoshone did grab a big city here in the new Hawaiian mega island, and that's pretty yeah, they just got, it looks like a turtle head, not the head, the leg, the back. Yeah, that is definitely a turtle. Wow, that's pretty cool. Japan and Korea did have a war, but yeah, nothing came out of it. Still probably too early for that. I feel for Korea. I think they need to find something to do. I mean, they're sort of stuck now between Japan and China. Can't be easy. China's got a settler up. I mean, there's plenty of space down here still for them to grab more, so that isn't really a surprise. Persia, where are you going with this? I'm interested. Persia's still not having the best time. Didn't really make much progress against Attila. This city in the desert should definitely be falling to the Shah. I think it was the Shah's initially, right? I might be getting confused. I'm pretty sure it belonged to the Shah initially, but maybe that's wrong. I'm pretty sure it was theirs. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe. When does that ever happen? Come on, guys. Let's be real. When do I ever get it wrong? I kid, of course. Right. Austria. Looks like they're holding on to this city now, but still no real progress into the siege of Rome. This city's getting a little close for comfort, especially with no Congo units around anymore. I feel like this one might be gone. Hopefully they can hold on to their capital, though. That would be useful. Mali, still not really making any progress. They've actually been pushed back a little bit, and I feel like Morocco could come and pull the reverse Uno card on them here, grab their capital, and ruin Mali's day. That would not surprise me at this point. Texas still defending themselves. They seem pretty level on technology. They do have some good sized cities. Austin and Houston here, both at 15 and 16. And Dallas is at 6, which will help. And if they get a university or something in Dallas, that'd be some bonus science. So there's still a possibility for them. The Sud still have this settler. This land is just... It was open when the settler was here, and they've just let it fill in around them. That's so bad. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, they could still settle, get the crater. In fact, I think they already have the crater. Yeah, they've already got the crater, so they don't need it. But there you go. I don't know if they can work it, because it's quite far away. So they might be losing out on that science. I don't know if you get it for free, if it's a wonder, maybe. But there you go. Ethiopia is also looking good. I wouldn't discount them just because the Zulu are doing well. Obviously, this city is very safe in its location. This one's a little more exposed. I'll have to keep an eye out. But yeah, Ethiopia obviously did very well conquering Arabia early on, and there's still opportunities for them. But they probably do need to do something soon, because the Zulu and Congo are both pretty big, and if the Zulus start eating into the Congo, then you're going to be pretty concerned. Although that said, this city's had a bit of a recovery up into the green, although they've thrown some units at it now, which is good. You got this, Congo. Shoshone have just entered the industrial era, which is quite impressive. They don't really look like they should be, but there you go. They don't have that many units at all. It's very, very open space out here. Oh, that's a little better. In the west, a couple more citadels towards the Sioux. That's not fun. Iroquois did settle right here and also over here, so that's interesting position. Not really near them, to be honest. They only have one or two. Yeah, Montreal. This city's not coastal, really. I mean, it can build nuclear submarines and maybe regular submarines, but no other type of boat could come out of here. But yeah, I mean, that's not too... Oh, Iceland is still available. There's not really anything here, but it is available. Yeah, but outside of New York, which is a puppet, so they can't build boats or anything, they only really have Montreal to build boats, so that does sort of limit them there. But there you go, 2 new ports. Could be quite interesting. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.